It's no secret anymore that we can use our breath to regulate our nervous system. We call it breathwork, and I'm sure you've performed many breathwork exercises so far, whether it's Wim Hof breathing, or whether it's box breathing, or 4-7-8 breathing, which is also known as triangular breathing. I'm sure you've become more conscious of your breath. While these breathwork exercises aim to regulate our nervous system, to get access to our autonomous nervous system, to calm us, to relax us, especially in this stressful world full of responsibilities that we live in nowadays, they work. But what I see every day with my clients and patients, that they tend to perform these breathing exercises attempting to relax the body in a not so effective way. They overly engage their neck muscles. They want to inhale deeply, just as instructed in those videos, or they try to inflate their abdomen, try to lift the wall of the belly, and that is not ideal. I don't particularly like the term belly breathing, because we focus overly on lifting our abdominal wall, whereas we should focus more on engaging our diaphragm, expanding our rib cage. Our lungs are up here. Our rib cage enables us to draw air into our system. That is not that much our belly area. And with breathwork exercises, we do train our diaphragm, and we improve the coordination of our breathing muscles. But there are 5 factors that I want to introduce you to now, how you can improve your breathwork practice and also strengthen your breathing muscles and coordinate them better. So the first factor is we start with exhalation. We always think we want to start with inhalation, focus more on exhaling. Because when you focus on exhaling and prolonged, not just and you're done. No, we want to exhale slowly, about 4 to 6 seconds, your ribs lower. And then the more you exhale, the more your abs want to constrict. They want to get rid of the air in your lungs. So you will feel the side abs kick in eventually. So those are factor number 1 and number 2. So when the ribs are down and they move to the ribs, we want to fixate this rib position with the side abs and keep this tension when we inhale slowly. And we don't want to focus on moving our belly to the front. We want to focus rather on breathing in sideways, the lateral breath. That's the way I call it, to distinguish and separate from belly breathing. All right? So that is the third factor. Then we want to inhale slowly, because if we inhale fast, then we tend to use our neck muscles too much. Especially when we have a cold and we've got a sniffy nose, we tend to engage our neck muscles because it would take it's too short of a time for our diaphragm to unfold and draw air into our system. So the neck muscles do that, which can cause tension. So again, we want to inhale slowly. And while we inhale, and while we engage the core, and while we breathe in sideways, we want to focus on keeping our shoulders low. We want to avoid lifting them with our breath. Especially when I see people practice Tummo breathing, Wim Hof breathing, then they are instructed to inhale deeply, and it's a rather fast inhale, then they engage their neck muscles. And it does help to stress the system, because with hyperventilation we want to achieve that. And in the breath pause, we use the accumulated oxygen and get into relaxation. From the sympathetic into the parasympathetic system, which is for resting, relaxing, and digesting. And sympathetic system is for fight and flight. In case there's a lion or a snake, we want to get away. So that is a stress response. And there is another form, which is the triangular breath. And with this breath form, we've got more time to focus on the slow inhale, because it's 4 seconds. We've got another 7 seconds to focus on the next step, which is exhalation. We want to lower the ribs. We want to feel the side abs. And then just before we start the inhale, we want to focus on engaging the diaphragm more consciously, sideways. And it really starts with visualizing it. Just visualize the side expansion. You can place your hands to feel. You can also place your hands or your fingers here on your neck muscles to check whether your neck muscles are engaged or whether they are disengaged or just partly involved in breathing. You can also place it on your belly to make sure that you're not inflating here overly, or the other flat hand up here just below your neck. Let's practice this. Let's start with tumor breathing. We will exhale. We feel the abs kick in, we keep them engaged, and then we inhale. And then we relax. Belly, chest, head, and relax. Deep inhale and relax. Deep inhale and relax. With the inhale, we try to inflate sideways. And with the exhalation, we want to make sure that the ribs stay low and that we keep the tension in our abs. It doesn't have to be fully tucked in. We don't want to use our rectus abdominis, our six-pack muscle. It's rather the side abs that keep the connection from our ribs to our hip. Again, we exhale, deep inhale, and relax. Belly, chest, head, and relax. Deep inhale and relax. When you relax, keep the tension. When you inhale, focus on sideways. And you can see that it's pretty stressful to not only focus on breathing, but to inflate sideways, to keep the shoulders low, and to keep the core engaged so that the diaphragm can inflate properly. So this will take a bit of practice, but just now that I made you aware of how you could breathe while performing a breathwork exercise, it will already help you. All right, then we've got an easier form, the 4-7-8 breathing, the triangular breath. When we exhale now and inhale over 4 seconds. And then we've got 7 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to think of the next step. Over the 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, we want to exhale, we want to lower the ribs, we want to keep that tension just before we start with inhaling. We hold the breath, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we exhale again over 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, the ribs lower, we engage the core. And now we focus on keeping the shoulders low and engaging sideways. Inhale. And hold your breath for 7, 6. And we try to focus in this time on our next step. And no matter if you forget a step, just focus on one thing at a time, whether it is engaging your core, whether it is lowering the lips, or engaging the diaphragm more consciously. This all takes practice, just as much as it takes practice to keep the shoulders low. There is another video in which you will learn how to optimize it better with less description from my side, less explanation. And there's also another video with music and just my instructions. And just keep in mind those 5 factors that I mentioned now in this video. You want to start with exhalation, lower the ribs, keep the core engaged. Then upon inhalation, we want to inflate sideways, the lateral breath. All the while we keep the shoulders low and inhale slowly. Those are the factors. When you like my content here on YouTube and you see yourself in my descriptions of certain situations, then you can gladly click on the link below in the description to consult me online. I'll gladly help you. If you want to have a more structured approach to improving your situation, let's say you know that you've got neck tension or any related issues, whether it's the shoulder, lower back, or the hip, it can all revolve around breathing. Then you can also click on the second link to the video platform, which I use to offer a more structured approach to solving the neck breathing issue or neck tension or other related issues. Then there's a third link to my homepage, in which you can find more information or where to find me, so that we can see each other one-to-one in the physical.